Well, being in the management team of Dual, the first question I want to ask is why? Why to start again Dual?
Why? Well, Dual is a famous brand, still a very good brand worldwide, and it was treated like a stepchild from the former owner, I guess, because he only used the brand to do business in Germany and Switzerland. And when I came into the game, I saw that it has much more potential, and it's worthwhile treating the brand better and do a project to bring it back to the international market and to also improve the turntable, the products that we sell under the brand. My idea is to bring Dual back to what it used to be, what it stood for in the past, and we are on a good way, I think.
Give me some details. Why Dual went out of the market in the first place?
Well, Dual, when I was working for Dual it was 1992. In 1993, I became export manager for Dual products. It was just a really bad market situation. CD came up, sales went down. Dual had quite big problems. After it was sold, after the insolvency, it was sold to Thomson, Brand Thomson in France. Then it was sold to Schneider when I came into the game. But the times were really bad, and it was really difficult to survive on the turntable market because hardly anybody bought turntables. Things have changed now. People have recognized that music from a turntable is different to streaming. CD is dead. So it's a big revival of turntables, and that's why it's worth to sort of take care of Dual and bring the name back into the market better.
This vinyl renaissance was a surprise to you?
Say again?
This vinyl renaissance was a surprise to you?
Well,
did you expect to business
I
grow up again?
It depends. In 1992, I did not expect that to recover. But we have then seen that there has always been a market in the hi-fi market for turntables, and now the renaissance of turntables is about 10 years old. So you could see that purchases went up and up, and there is a big community that supports vinyl. The musicians, those who produce the vinyls. So you could see that it's going up. I don't know if it's forever, but I'm sure that there will be always a remaining market for hi-fi, good quality turntables. Yeah.
Okay. One thing that Dual brings to the market is a big name. But what else Dual brings to the market? What new?
New products or what?
The new ideas. Do you think first thing first? Do you think that the turntable of this millennium is very different from the turntables of the 92 or 93?
Well, it's the same technology, and we have Fred Langer, who is very well known in the market. He's an excellent engineer who knows everything about the engineering of the past. Of course, these days you can also build a turntable with Bluetooth function, with remote control, with app control, and that's what we do. For example, the CS618. So we do add modern things to the turntables, because there is people listen to vinyl music, but they also do streaming. So you have to make it possible that you combine things. That is what we look after. But at the end of the day, the basic technology is the same as it was. We of course use new components some new ideas, but the basic technology will remain as it is.
How, how difficult was for Dual to come back? I mean,
Well,
marketing-wise.
Marketing-wise, it was pretty easy, but the preparations took quite a time. I bought the company 3 years ago and started the project. We did a marketing paper, strategy paper, where we said what we want to do, but to at the end of the day, to clear the license situation, to get license for some markets where we don't have the brand rights, like North America. And to find the right people like Fred Lange, like Xaver Schmid, who will do the service. It was not so easy. And then the development of the turntables took about 2 years from the scratch. When Fred started, we were nearly ready, then coronavirus came and we stopped. We did a full stop for 3 months because we didn't know what it was happening. And then we went on. So it did take about, well, from the start 3 years to come back, to build up all the functions. If you start selling turntables, you have to have a service department, you have to have a marketing department, you need someone for export business. But the marketing and sales was easier than we thought, because it was easy to find distributors in the different countries. Like America, I wrote this person an email and he wrote back, "Listen, Joseph, I was trying to get Dual for the past 30 years and now you sent me this email." So it was really easy to get partners in the different countries.
I understand that the North American business is big for you. How important is this market for Dual?
Most important market is our home market, like Germany and Europe. But the US was, in the past, was the biggest market for Dual. That came because the US soldiers, after the Second World War, they came to Germany and they all brought a Dual back home to America. So Dual was the famous in the US and still is. It's a very good brand still in the US, and we have just started and business is growing very nicely. So, but of course we have to be strong on our home market.
Are the North Americans very different as customers?
From what we are told, that is that they always need a sort of incentive to buy. That's what our distributor says, like a discount or a special offer or something. I'm not so happy with this. I think you have to be fair to all your customers, and they, wherever it is, you have a certain price, and that's what we also do in America. We keep the price on the level that we want it to, and we don't do a lot of discounting business and this stuff. So,
what is the more difficult market for you right now?
what is the most difficult market for us? Well, we have, in my eyes, we have to be successful on our home market in Germany. There is a big competition. There is Torrens. There is, of course, Project, the Austrian company, which is quite big in Europe, which is in the hi-fi business, market leader in Germany. So those are big, strong competitors, and we have to be successful on this market. Yeah.
Dual has a long history of products, so I understand that when you reintroduced the company, there were probably a lot of inquiries for service. You just said to me while we were off the record about this warehouse with the spare parts.
Yeah.
Please tell me the story again to record it.
When I was looking for the right engineer for the Dual business, of course you very quickly come to read the name Fred Lange, because he's famous all over the world, because he sells his spare parts all over the world. Fred Lange is an enthusiast of dual. He knows every part. Whenever whatever turntable you show him, he will know what the number is, what the configuration is, and so on. So he's very well into dual. And when dual went bankrupt, Fred undertook a lot of effort to be able to buy all the remaining spare parts from the his partly historic spare parts. So he filled 2 trucks with spare parts, taking the spare parts to Kiefersfelden, south of Germany, and he rented a big warehouse where he sorted, where he put all the spare parts and looked what it was, set a number on it, put it on the shelf, and today has a big warehouse with old dual spare parts. We are just about to integrate this into our organization, and so we will be able to offer service for nearly all historic dual turntables.
So if someone has an old classic historic dual turntable, he can...
We can support, yeah, we can support.
Okay, that's very interesting and somewhat rare.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's talk about the future. What is the mid-term strategy of dual? What we must expect in 1 or 2 years from now?
We have started with two turntables, the 418 and the 518, both belt-driven. We will, in a few months, launch the 618. Has been shown on the internet and so on already, and we will come up with our first fully automatic player, the CS429. We will then in next year have a entry model of fully automatic player, which is the CS329. It's just in the blueprint is just in production, so we shall see, but I'm pretty sure that it will be a good product. And we will then have the CS529. We are also working on a product which is this CS718, which will be built in Germany. The engineering is always in Germany, it's always done by Fred Langer, but for the 718 we will also have the production in Germany, as we do today with the Primus Maximus.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do you have any plans to produce a product in the level of Primus Maximus, but not as a collectible, but as...
The CS718 will be in a range. The price will be about 2,000 euros.
Okay.
It will be of course of excellent quality, and this will be sort of a product that is sold more often. Primus Maximus is a limited number of 100 pieces, but and then we will terminate it. But the 718 will be a high-end product at a I guess affordable price.
Okay, okay. This is a question that I feel that our readers want me to make. Now you have both belt-driven and direct drive models. Are you gonna stay here to have both technologies, or are you going to introduce only one? And you're just waiting to see what will happen?
There are no plans. I'm pretty sure we will keep both technologies. Mm-hmm. Both technologies are working well, and yeah, for our entry models, we will, I guess, stay with the belt-driven technology.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.